Alright, so finally review time on this. I had hoped to get the review up within the same week as the unboxing went up, but life kind of got in the way of that, so it's the weekend when I'm actually recording this, and it'll be up a week after the unboxing went out. So, what I have been doing with this machine since I have gotten it is vacuuming every day for the first time in quite a few years, honestly. And the most amazing thing is all of the carpet, it doesn't necessarily look it unless you can see where actual vacuum lines are. But when you walk on, especially at night when everything's dark and you don't really see that well, you can feel a massive difference in all the carpeting underfoot. The amount of cat hair and grit that this brings out of the carpet and picks up with relative ease is absolutely amazing. I can't remember the last time the carpets felt this great underfoot. And the bag, let me get this unzipped. The bag, especially since I've been vacuuming every day, has just been steadily filling more and more. I've never seen a machine that had a bag, well, let me put it this way, that cleaned well enough that every time after I clean, there's noticeably more dirt in the bag. I mean, I've only had this since the unboxing, and there's already a nice bit of compacted dirt all the way across up to about here. And then there's cat hair and things that you can tell that have been blown up higher in the bag. But overall, the cleaning performance of this, especially for what is just a base model, I mean, the only thing this has over the $200, well, what dealers sell for $200 entry-level comparable Riccar is the fact that it's got a squeegee for hard floors and the dual speed. That's literally the only difference. So this cleans the same as the base model. There are models above this with the metal brush rollers and replaceable brush strips, and then ones with the lifetime belts that, in all honesty, will probably outperform this. But I'll say this now. This is my opinion on this machine. If you are a collector, or if you are anyone who has to do any kind of house cleaning of carpet at all, especially with pets in the house or lots of sand or grit, if you don't have one of these machines in some form, be it this Maytag or one of the Riccars or Simplicities, be it top-line $700 MSRP loaded or the completely stripped one with a basic handle for $200, if you don't have one, you are doing life wrong. This is, honestly, at this point, this is pretty much my favorite machine for the simple fact that it's light, it's pleasant to work with and get out every day. This is the first machine that has made me want to clean daily in forever. And the carpets reflect that difference. In fact, even my partner absolutely fell in love with this thing. The night that I bought this and the M700, he was house sitting for a friend. And I had jokingly said the night before, we'll have toys to play with when I come over and see you. And he took that remark more seriously and had me he said just bring one of the machines over, and I brought this over because this was clean, this was new. The M700 was kind of trashed because it was a demo. And this friend of his really does not clean all that well. 40-year-old bachelor would be the best way to put his cleaning abilities. So we took, and he uses a kind of crappy Hoover T series. So I took this over and we started using it on this low pile. it's kind of a Berber, but it almost looks like commercial grade carpeting. If you've ever seen like commercial grade, I can't even think of what it's called. I think it's loop pile commercial grade carpeting, like what people will put in homes when they need commercial grade. It looks kind of like that. And other than a couple stains in places, the carpet looks completely clean. The guy's got a cat, but there's no cat hair on it. There's no visible dirt. And we took this over it, and it's a direct air machine, so you can hear everything. It goes into the brush roll, hits there, you hear it there. Then it goes through the fan, and you can hear it there. And the amount of dirt that was being pulled up that you couldn't even see was absolutely amazing, especially out of this low pile carpeting that doesn't look like it could hide any dirt at all in it. So overall, I really, especially for the $200 that I paid for this machine, because I got a really good price on it. For the way it looks and the way it performs, I would not trade this for anything. And I do have to say, like I said, the cleaning performance, even if you get the strippy Riccars and Simplicities, they're going to clean the same as this. But this handle grip is the most comfortable handle I have ever seen on any machine. Especially, I like the perfect indentations for your index finger. Just, if you can in any way step up to one of the Riccar Simplicities or this that has this handle, do it. Because you're gonna get the handle, it's gonna make it a lot nicer to work with, and you're gonna get the 2-speed, so you can do bare floors with it. It actually works very well on bare floors. The other thing is, if you go with, I'm pretty sure the Simplicity has it too, but I saw the Riccar. If you go with the purple Riccar that's equivalent to this, the Supralite, I'll put the actual model number in the description below so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. But the purple Riccar that's equivalent to this has an actual carry handle. Like this, you have to carry this just by the normal handle, but the Riccar has an outcropped carry handle here. That's this nice D-loop that you can pick the machine up by really easily, even more easily than this. It's not necessary, and I'd rather have the Maytag coloring, but it's a nice extra feature. Other thing that strikes me is the automatic height adjustment and the belt life. I really, really don't like flat stretch belts. In my opinion, there are two big things that you can prevent loss of effectiveness with in a vacuum, and that's two things. The first is get rid of the rubber stretch belt, because they're horrible in most machines. I mean, you can go out and get like an F&G Eureka or Sanitaire, and they clean really, really well right when you first pull them out. And then the belt starts stretching, and especially if you have the 6-position dial and app, where there's always, like, you need that extra, you need a position between the heights, two heights, and you don't have it. So you're either burning the belt or there's not enough contact with the carpet. And you lose efficiency there in an otherwise great machine. And then the same thing for the bag system if you're still using F&G versus the new ST style bags. F&G bags for the most part clog just like that. Any fine dust really. I mean, when I clean my grandparents, that's filled with fine dust. I can literally do one room with an F&G machine at my grandparents, and the bag is so clogged that I'll have to start compensating in the height adjustment because it's not maintaining contact with the carpeting as well anymore, and it's just kind of pathetic. So I like to see machines that normally have some kind of serpentine style or track belt or cogged belt system that's not going to wear, it's not going to stretch, it's not going to break. You never have to worry about replacing it, you never lose efficiency because of it. And the other thing is its filtration method. So that can be bad cyclonic or bad bags like the F&G. I like to see if it's going to be a bag machine, high efficiency, cloth bags like what's in this, like what's in a Miele. I will be right back because my camera has a damn 10-minute limit. So, like I was saying, on bagged machines, high efficiency, cloth type bag, like what these have, like what Miele has, they don't really clog. I mean, you can pack them, especially if you have pets, you can pack these full like a damn brick, and especially the Miele GN bags, because they're kind of small, and if you have like an S2 series, they don't fit completely open. You can pack those things like bricks. They really don't lose much suction or cleaning efficiency. And same on bagless machines, just have a decent bagless system, which is way harder for most manufacturers than it really should be. So I was slightly disappointed, and this is one big knock I have against the Tacony Corporation, of many. I like the machines that they produce, but there are a lot of things that I don't like about the way they operate. One of my biggest problems is, in my opinion, one of the best and biggest features that you can have on these machines is the lifetime belt. And they screw you over in the fact that the only machines in most of their lineup that have lifetime belts are the highest end machines. I mean, if you want a lifetime belt in, well, first of all, the Maytag, there's no option. The M500's it doesn't have a lifetime belt. In Riccar and Simplicity, you have to go up to the top of the line $700 machines, so either the Riccar Supralite Sand Trap or whatever the top tier trim, because they have two machines. I don't even know if there's any difference. There's a sand version and then just the top of the line version. They both cost the same and they look identical. I don't know if there is actually any difference. And Simplicity is the same way. The MSRP of those machines is $700 just to get the lifetime belt, basically. That just doesn't sit well with me, especially when, I mean, you go out, you buy a Miele, it's everything. Everything has a lifetime belt. You go out, you buy one of the turbo nozzles, it's, normally, I haven't seen the Miele turbo nozzles, but normally with turbo nozzles you have, non-stretched toothed belt, like the Phantoms used to have. You go out and you buy any of their power nozzles, they all have lifetime belt systems. Same thing for their uprights, which start at quite a bit less than a comparable quality Riccar upright that has tools. And you're never going to get things like the variable suction with the Riccar versus the Miele. I mean, there are pros and cons, and I could go on all day about this, but the point being, there are some things about Riccar that really irk me. But this machine, back to the point, sorry about the rambling, this machine, its automatic height adjustment works well enough, and the flat belt has been designed well enough that it really doesn't seem to wear at any excessive rate, no matter what kind of carpet you're cleaning. Because, I mean, I have, like, this rug, if you put a machine that has a bad belt system on it, like, say a Featherlight bagless, if you've ever used one of those, the second gen Featherlight bagless, the really basic one that they sold for like $40 in Target for years and that's now discontinued, if you drop that on this, it will burn through the belt right away. I had one of those, and that's exactly what it did. It stretched it to the point where it just couldn't even turn anymore. The sanitaires are a little bit better on this, but they're still very, very finicky. So this machine overall seems fine with that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab a rubber-backed entrance mat that's at the front door that we enter, well, not the front door, but the door that everyone enters the house through. So it gets the most traffic, it sees all the dirt kicked off onto it to show you the agitation. It hasn't been cleaned, well, I don't think it's been more than a week since that's been cleaned. I haven't been cleaning the hard floors with this thing like I have been the carpets. So I will grab that. I'm going to set it down here. I'm going to see if I can get this mounted on a tiny tripod that I have. So hopefully you guys can see the dirt and grit bouncing to the surface out of the carpet. So I will do that and be right back. Okay, so I could not find the tripod that I was going to mount the camera on, and I can't get anything else to set the camera on that will provide a decent view of the carpet, like how I want you guys to see it. So what I'm going to do is just keep the camera in my hand and run over the carpeting, and hopefully you can actually see grit bouncing from it. The other thing is, like I said, it's been probably about a week since this was cleaned, and it was only cleaned with Dyson DC-50, so not something that aggressively agitates. And the rubber backing is falling apart. This rug has been through hell and back. But hopefully this will give you a good idea of the agitation this machine has. Alright, so hopefully the camera caught that. If it didn't, it essentially, well, here, you should be able to see this. There's dirt on the rubber bumper and all the way up the hood that it had bounced onto itself off the carpet. Looks just like the demos that they do in the actual dealers. Honestly, like I said, I think you're pretty much doing life wrong if you don't have one of these machines. They're absolutely amazing, and if you want one-pass cleaning, and by one-pass cleaning I don't mean like, oh look, Oric one-pass cleaning, like there's a bunch of cat hair on the carpeting. If you want one-pass cleaning, or as close as you're going to get, that picks up everything out of the carpet, from fine dust to grit to pet hair, this is as close as you will pretty much ever get. The Riccar tandem air machines might edge this out a bit, but you're going to want to clean with this more if you have it. So, my personal suggestion, buy one of these, be it the Maytag, the Riccar, or the Simplicity. Doesn't matter what trim, they all clean incredibly well, some slightly better than others. And if you want a low-maintenance canister to clean the rest of the house for attachments, if you're not a collector, watch Woot, watch Overstock.com, watch sites that sell refurbished things, and look for a DC-39 Dyson refurbished. It should be about $200, and that'll take care of all your attachment cleaning, and be low maintenance. You can use it to clean this thing out, and when it finally dies, just take it, toss it, and buy another Dyson. So if there's anything else you guys would like to see, just let me know. Just an update, the M700 is gone. There will not be a video on that. Pretty much the way that worked out is the seller kind of screwed me over on that one. Partially it's my fault for not looking at the machine closely enough while I was in the dealer before I took it. He had it as a loaner machine, and one of his customers ran over the cord and fucked it up pretty badly. And when I called the guy about it, he got pretty catty and bitchy about it. In regards to what I paid for the machine, and all he had to say was, well, you can either return it or bring it in and pay to have the the cord replaced, and out of principle I won't repair a machine that I just bought. If I wanted that kind of service, I would go to Walmart and spend maybe $100 on something, but so that went back. You guys won't be seeing a video on that, unless I have been talking to a guy about a job at an actual vacuum shop. So if I got that, I probably would end up ordering the M700 and the M1200, and you might see a video on it then. But until that time comes, this is what you got for now. Alright, so there's one last thing I wanted to add, and sorry about the background noise. My Roomba is running to clean the kitchen. If you are someone who has stumbled upon this video looking at a Simplicity or Riccar and this machine, and you are looking to replace your carpet because you think it looks worn out and matted in areas. Now, this disclaimer, this obviously isn't going to help with stains. This is now a wet machine. But if you think you need to replace your carpets because they're matted, they're worn out looking, they're old looking, buy one of these first. Or get a dealer demo. Find a dealer that will let you take the machine home and try it. Take it, put it on your carpets. I would suggest buying. You're going to get a new machine. You know what condition it's in, and you know it's performing from new instead of a abused loaner. But, point being, take it, put it on your carpets, use it. Whatever your normal cleaning time is per room, double that at the least. And go in every single direction possible. So go back and forth, side to side, and then go back and forth the other way. And just spend time cleaning your carpets. These machines will surprise you. You may very well end up keeping carpet that you thought you were going to need to replace. Here's the thing, if you buy it and it doesn't help your carpets, here's the worst thing you've done. You spent $200 or whatever on a new vacuum that will help maintain your carpets, your new carpets, for years. So try that out. If it works for you, then you've just saved yourself quite a bit on replacing carpeting. If not, you've got something great for your new carpeting.